bringing musicians from around the country to join St. Louis musicians to help enrich the artistic fabric of St. Louis through new collaborations is what makes the Gesher Music Festival unique. And here to share more is Artistic Director and Cellist, Sara Sitzer. Hi, Sara, how are you?
Hi, very well, thank you.
The Gesher Music Festival has been going on for a while now. I'm thinking 8 years, is that right?
It is. This is our 8th season.
And where does the name of the festival come from?
Well, Gesher is actually the Hebrew word for bridge or connection, and that really is what the festival is all about. It's about building bridges across the diverse communities in St. Louis, the various cultures, various divides, and then we sort of do this all through the prism of classical chamber music.
Mm-hmm. And so is this designed particularly for a Jewish audience?
No, not necessarily. Even though we're a program of the Jewish Community Center, this is really for any audience. And that's all part of this just reaching across boundaries, across divides.
One thing that you're known for at Gesher is you bring artists in as well to perform with local people. Now, you brought along a guest who are going to meet a little later in the program. Who did you bring and why did you bring her?
I brought Dhegrae, who is a vocalist with the festival. She's been with the festival for 4 years. And she'll tell you a little bit more about some of the things she's singing, but I thought it'd be neat since our theme this year is called Voices Rising, and that means a lot of things. But one sort of more obvious way to look at it is just exploring the music of the human voice. And that will be all Lucy. She is our one vocalist, and she's going to be singing some pieces that are very close to her. So
when you say the theme is Voices Rising, is there meaning to that? Is
Absolutely.
there a message, I guess, is what I'm asking?
Absolutely. And we have 3 main concerts, and we take each concert as a way to look at that theme through a different angle. So our first concert, it's at the Missouri History Museum, and we're presenting this concert in conjunction with their Muni Memories exhibit, and taking that as an opportunity to look at the legacy of Tin Pan Alley. So music of the early 20th century, from Gershwin, who was one of the original song pluggers of Tin Pan Alley, to his contemporaries and composers who didn't necessarily write for that genre of music, or even write during that exact era, but who were certainly influenced by it. Mm-hmm. So that we're looking at the way human voice was used in that era, and also how a distinctive American voice was established in music in that time. Our second concert is a very different spin on that idea of Voices Rising. It's the name of the concert is called Rise Up, Sounds of Protest, and it explores how composers use their voice as a form of resistance to their government, to an oppressive culture, or different composers kind of use that in different ways, and sort of the meat of that program is Shostakovich's 8th Quartet, which he wrote in homage to or in memory of victims of fascism and war. There's also another piece on that program which Lucy will talk a little bit about that ties that into the current day. Mm-hmm. And our third program is a program called Giving Voice, which we'll present at the Jewish Community Center's Wool Studio Theater. And that program really explores music of communities that are not represented often in classical music. African Americans, females, and also lost voices. There will be a piece by a composer who wrote music in the concentration camps during World War II, and also another piece which Lucy will tell you a little bit more about, which explores voices who we really never hear from in classical music.
All right, sounds fascinating. Well, we're going to meet Lucy here in just a moment. Stay with us, Sara. And we're going to have more about the Gesher Music Festival after this break.